It's time for your daily dose of Fallout 76 news and updates. We've got some really cool stuff to go over. We're going to be talking about, first and foremost, a Horde type event in Fallout 76 and how they will relate to camps. Also, we're going to be talking about, is it possible just to roam into someone's camp and steal their stuff? We have official information about that. Plus, is sniping viable in PvP considering the new griefing system? And also, we got some really cool news about the composer of Fallout 76. But a friendly reminder, by the way, if you are wanting more Fallout 76 coverage, be sure to smack that subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the bell icon because I have you guys covered, definitely. So look forward to more Fallout 76 videos. I basically try to make a creative video for you guys every single day here on Open World Games. So let's get into this. Let's talk about this Horde type mode, or I guess you would call it a Horde type event. So Game Informer, of course, did a recent article, and in it said this: the camp building should be familiar to anyone who played Fallout 4, offering similar functionality for how electricity works and components clicking together. If you play the game cooperatively, your team can help you build your base. You can even connect settlements with everyone in your party to make a larger space, although each player needs to be online to have their part of the settlement appear in the world. We had one test where a dozen people built their camps next to each other and created an enormous city, Meyer says. And of course, Meyer is from the Bethesda team. Now it goes on to say this: each player builds one home base, but there are also public workshop spaces that you'll come across. Now, Howard says that they almost feel like event zones. It's a space where you could take over that has a lot of supplies. You and the people on your team can build there. There's gameplay with resource generation. There's also enemy waves that attack these spots. This camp is temporary, however. When you leave, another team can roll in to claim it as their own. So the important thing from this is the quote here that says, there are enemy waves that attack this spot. So basically, when you build at certain spots, or perhaps even, every designated spot for building on the map, you can expect to be attacked by certain enemies in waves. And this is kind of like a Horde style mode, but it's also a way to gather up more experience and possibly also farm without moving much. One thing about certain areas and certain bases is they're going to be catering more towards those harvesting machines, which of course are going to be called harvesters. Who would have ever thought? So it's going to be a challenge harvesting materials because you're also going to be attacked and challenged at the same time. Now, interestingly, in that same quote, they mentioned how someone can basically roll up to your base and perhaps try to take it from you. These could be strangers and stuff like that. But, can some random stranger, even if you don't engage one another, can they just roll into your base and start stealing your stuff? Because that would be a little bit odd. Here is the official response about that one. Let's see what they have to say about that. So they elaborated, saying the following: your camp can also be a haven for other players not in your team, although Bethesda is still trying to figure out exactly how this will play out. You could walk up to someone else's camp and harvest their plants. You can't go through their stashes, but you can get some things that regenerate. Right now, it's a crime to take fruits and vegetables, and you'll find yourself in trouble. That may change by the time the game launches. One thing you won't have to worry about is the power armor. In Fallout 4, if it ran out of juice, you had to climb out of it, leave it, and return with a new battery. The power armor is now treated like an inventory item rather than a vehicle. You still get in it and out of it, but you can now pick it up. Interesting. So how in the world are you supposed to lug that thing around? So yeah, that's some really cool information there. So essentially, you can go into someone's base. If you don't know them, if you're not with their squad, you can roam in there and basically take their plants and stuff like that. But that's going to be considered a crime. So there is some sort of you know, criminal activity that can be done in this game. And there's going to be apparently perhaps some sort of wanted system related to crime. We know that there's a bounty system and a wanted system related to murderers, but what about more petty crimes like stealing stuff and things like that? Hopefully they give us even more information about going into camps and stealing stuff. The ultimate crime, of course, is launching that nuke. But yeah, I think it's going to be really cool, a cool dynamic, having someone roam up on your camp. You're sitting there, perhaps up on your perch, and you're both looking at each other, and he comes in, and he starts stealing your crap. What will you do? Will you just start opening fire? And the thing about that also, if someone starts stealing your crop, you know, it sounds like they become a criminal. Can you start opening fire, or does that make you considered, you know, a murderer if you actually kill him? So it's going to be interesting to see if you can full on just engage someone that's trying to steal your stuff, or if you're going to have to, you know, try to, I don't know, arrest them, or if there's going to be a penalty, or they have to pay you or something like that. We will see about that. So, also another really good question is sniping viable in Fallout 76 in the PvP? This is a really good question asked out on Reddit. Will slapping kill sniping? You know, Todd Howard basically said in that recent interview about PvP that if you engage someone first and you shoot at them, it basically is like slapping someone at a bar. You're not going to do much damage. You're letting them know, I want to fight right now. And then if they engage you, it is on. Full-on PvP. You guys have to come to some sort of agreement. But it's not like, it sounds like you're not going to be able to sit on a perch and snipe someone from a distance, because that's still considered a slap. Now, sniping does become more viable in the sense for PvE, you know, player versus the AI. Of course, you're going to still be able to snipe in that regard, but you're not going to be able to pick people off, which personally I'm absolutely thrilled by. I am thrilled by the fact that someone cannot just camp on a hill and destroy my adventure. That would absolutely suck, in my opinion. But yeah, the one way that sniping is still very much viable, of course, is the fact that if someone is a counter sniper, they can just engage you. They can engage you back, and you can have a sniper battle in that way from long distance. The best sniper will win. So that's how sniping in Fallout 76 in terms of PvP sounds like it's going to work. So let me know what you guys make of that for sure. Okay, let's move on, guys, and talk more about Fallout 76. We got some more news to go over, including this composer. So who is going to be composing the music for Fallout 76? So it was announced by Variety that Emmy Award-winning and 3-time BAFTA-nominated composer Inan Zur is creating the score for Fallout 76. This is great news because the article goes on to also state this. With inspiration from game director Todd Howard and close collaboration with audio director Mark Lampert, I weaved a sophisticated and emotional score that takes the player on a whole new journey. And of course, this is the composer's quote. It says, to make the experience even more epic, we had the Budapest Film Orchestra perform and record the score, as well as the amazing Lyra String Quartet. I believe that this is one of the most unique scores to date, and I cannot wait to share it with everyone. I freaking cannot wait for that. I'm totally hyped, and he's worked on previous games as well, including Dragon Age and the like. He goes on to say, we're very excited to have Inan Zur back as the composer for Fallout 76, and this is what Bethesda Game Studio said. They go on to say his work helps create that familiar Fallout sound that roots us in the series, but also sculpts and evolves that sound towards the elements that make Fallout 76 unique, working together to rebuild, looking to the future, and the dramatic rolling landscape of West Virginia. We look forward to everyone getting the chance to enjoy this music and the game world as we did while putting it all together. There we go. End quote. So I'm really excited. It sounds like Bethesda is also excited about their choice for the composer. I always found the music in the Fallout games to be appropriate not too, you know, overbearing. That's the thing that's super important, is that the music isn't too overdone. It looks like we're going to be getting that here with Fallout 76. So, very, very good news. Okay, now it's time to go over your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below for a chance for it to be featured in an upcoming video. So let's do this. So, I don't know how to say this. Buy It Hunter, I guess we'll say, says this: Fallout 76 will not have Battle Royale. And you got 162 upvotes. Yeah, I did a recent video about that. And yes, it is confirmed. You know, Pete Hines, he did go on to say they are not interested at all in Battle Royale. I think as a whole, that's how Bethesda is viewing it. They're interested in doing their thing, offering, you know, really cool single-player games, whether it's, you know, Doom, the upcoming Starfield, you know, and then the other games, Elder Scrolls 6, and then also trying something new with Fallout 76. Just because they're trying something new, it doesn't mean they're going to go off into Battle Royale. That's pretty much confirmed, so good news. No Battle Royale for Fallout 76. I think they need to just stick to their guns and keep doing something unique. But I have to ask you guys, would you like to see some sort of variation of the Battle Royale game mode? Do you think that could actually work in Fallout 76? Post a comment down below and I will be sure to highlight it for sure. And the next top comment comes from Nugget, who says, for the people saying not my Fallout or losing hype because of Cyberpunk, I'd like to say that I would agree. Fallout 76 is nothing like how Fallout usually is. It is a spin-off and is meant to be an experiment. As long as Bethesda doesn't just turn Fallout into a multiplayer-only game series, you can wait. Fallout 5 was predicted to come out by or after 2021, so you should be able to wait for a traditional Fallout game. Stop ruining everyone's else hype for this game, end quote. It's been interesting to see all the comments related to Fallout 76. Overall, my feeling is that I think people are willing to try this game. They're interested in it. They're hyped for it. They're also very worried about what's going to happen with the future of Bethesda. And Bethesda has been like really commenting, hey, we're going to keep doing single player games. Don't worry. And I'm going to actually have to look up your comment there about Fallout 5 possibly coming out in 2021, because I would be up for that. You know, even back in Fallout 4, I remember Todd Howard, Pete Hines, and the crew saying, we want to offer more Fallout and Elder Scrolls experiences more often. That's not to say, of course, that they want to oversaturate it, but they want to make sure that you're still entertained. And I'm crossing my fingers this game offers like a really, really high quality, long live service where the game's constantly updated and we can all just enjoy it as an online game. And then, of course, look forward to Fallout 5 and the future of Fallout. But I think what's going to happen is if this game is super successful, it's going to be the opposite effect as well. Fallout 5, if it's single player only, people will be like, man, if only you guys would have done this world with co-op and online. I could see that also happening too. It's going to be interesting to see what happens for sure. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more Fallout 76 and open world gaming goodness. And I will see you guys soon enough in the Wasteland. Thanks guys. Take it easy.